I'm Caitlin and welcome to the Lit Review. Today is the best video of the month. It is our August LitLand. This is my monthly TBR game where I pick 5 cards, unless I take a punishment, in which case I will take, more than that, but 5 cards that help me determine what my TBR is going to be depending on the genre, color, and then if I'm very good and get to the end, there will be a book haul. And my friends, we are very close to the end. So I'm very excited about being able to film this for you today because my hopes and dreams are right here on this board. I will still be continuing with LitLand even if we get here, but that's not a guarantee. We could pull a card that could put us back down to a challenge square somewhere else along the genre board. So let's get into it and see what August has in store for us. Also, before we get going, I want to give some credit where credit is due here. I've been neglecting to do that in my last couple of videos, so I'm very sorry for that. But this board game experience is definitely inspired by 2 channels in particular. Becca from the Books and her Becca's Bookopoly, as even before I started my BookTube channel, I lived for those videos. I still live for them. They are some of my favorite videos out here in the community. And then also Cody from Cody's Book Corner does her Wheel of TBR, and a lot of the way that she's chosen to do her rules around punishment stuff have really heavily inspired LitLand as well. So I just kind of want to give them credit. I will link both of their channels below. They are just really amazing. And I feel like between the 2 of them, they really, at least from my viewership, kickstarted this whole TBR game trend that a lot of people have really loved. And honestly, watching so many other people do their TBR games has been just an absolute delight. It never gets old for me, so please go check them out. Before we get started on the gameplay, I also have to tell you how I did based on July. And so for July, I had, I think, these 5 books here. And it was a pretty light month, except I failed. While I did read more than these 5 books here, I did neglect to finish The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. And this is a wonderful subscriber pointed out to me that this is the abridged version, when there's nothing wrong with reading the abridged version, but my type A ass really wanted to read the entire thing. So I've been listening to it on audiobook, and it is a 46-hour audiobook. I have made progress, but not enough progress for it to count. And while I do have a rule that can let me roll something over into the next month, without penalty, as long as I'm still invested and still interested. I know myself well enough as an audiobook listener to say that I'm not going to be able to finish the audiobook in August, or if I do, it will be a huge surprise to me. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the punishment and do 6 draws this month from LitLand. And, we'll figure it out. I know that adds a potential extra risk factor, but we're so close to the end. And I just want to be honest about my actual progress here and, might as well do it now instead of saving that punishment for later. I don't know. But I will tell you more about those books and how I feel about them in my July wrap up, but let's do LitLand proper. So as I explained in the beginning, I will be doing, in this case, 6 pulls based on my punishment, and here's hoping that we get to a book haul. We were so freaking close. And I'm still flustered by the fact that we didn't make it last month. So this game could hurt me. It could. Give the somewhat skewed angle. I'm just trying to make it a little easier to navigate for me around the board. But so here are the 5 pulls from July, which the last one being the yellow, and that left us where Wilbur is currently at. Very close to a book haul, my friends. And these cards will go here. And then, of course, these are the new cards, old cards, challenge cards in case we get pulled back. God help us all. And these are the stuck square cards. Okay, this is good news. This is a red. Okay. Okay, so I need to think this through. I am going to continue to do the 6 pulls from this stack here, regardless of whether or not I complete a book haul, and basically anything that is not a purple would get me a book haul here. And then I'm just gonna roll right into playing the game again, and then I will shuffle and give everything its due diligence at the start of next month, because shuffling these cards is actually very difficult because it's a mix of homemade cards and not. So I think that's just how I'm gonna do it for ease this time, but I promise to show you the shuffle next time as well. Oh, like, so close. Okay, the tension is just gonna be here for the whole video. One red square equals a romance read here on LitLand. So I'm really excited about this. As you know, if you are a regular LitLand watcher, I have my priority shelf back here where I try to pull from very frequently. So I'll probably try to pull most of my books from back here because it's, you only see like so much of it. And my hand is gesturing way over here because it covers the entire back of my desk. And so it's getting a little out of hand. I really need to prune back the priority shelf. I also like to pull from back here whenever possible because this is the room where I keep my most recent reads or acquisitions. So for me, mostly that means book boxes because I do not buy regular books while I am playing LitLand until book haul happens. Anyway, that was a lot of exposition for what I'm gonna pick, which is something I've mentioned several times on my channel already and have just neglected to actually get to, but it is A Sweet Mess by J.C. Lee. So I'm committing, we're actually doing this. And this is a really cute, or at least it seems like a really cute romance about a Korean-American baker in California who has a stunning one-night stand with this guy, and she's just kind of like enjoying that and curious about him, but then simultaneously she finds out that there is a really bad review for her bakery, and lo and behold, the writer of that bad review is her one-night stand. So he then, realizing what he's done, tries to fix it. So this sounds like super cute, very sweet. I have been hyped for this for a while, and I just, because of the way I run LitLand, it has not materialized on my TBR before. But I'm making it happen. I'm manifesting my cupcake destiny here, and adding A Sweet Mess. Oh my god. Okay, one purple. So literally any color that is on the board that doesn't send me to a different space would count for winning and getting a book haul. Deep breaths, people, deep breaths. I think this game is trying to give me heart palpitations. Okay, so a little bit more progress. One purple. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. And that is purple is miscellaneous. I should say that. Purple is miscellaneous. So what that means for me is I have these other categories on my LitLand board, and purple's just kind of my catch-all for something that isn't covered. So like classics, literary fiction, graphic novels, poetry, like stuff that I genuinely enjoy reading, but I don't necessarily have a ton of to deserve their own category. So let me think about this. Okay, so I ended up pulling from back here actually, and this has been on my shelf for a while, and I haven't picked it up. It is a graphic novel called Fresh Romance, and it's actually like almost like an anthology. It's a little compilation of, I think there are 4 stories by 4 different writers and artists in here, and so it is like different time periods, different age. Yeah, there are 5. Oh, so there are 5 in here. And so this is just kind of like an anthology collection. And I think there are multiples of these because this says on the spine that it is like volume 1 of Fresh Romance. So hopefully if I like it, I can track down more. But the idea of like, again, I've been really missing romance because LitLand has not pulled romance for me in a very long time. Before, of course, pick one. So I've been really missing that element of my reading life, and I think this is a great way to kind of sneak some extra romance into the TBR, but then also get my miscellaneous habit satisfied with a graphic novel. So, Yes, okay, so 1 blue, and I'm not gonna like use this blue, this just gets me to a book haul. Oh, okay, this is exciting. Enjoy this moment. We're buying books, people! Oh, okay. So this is a One Blue, which is a nonfiction. I will still read the nonfiction for me to have this count towards my book haul. But this means a lot of cool things. Okay, let me tell you about what let me pick what I want to read and let me tell you about it. And then I'll tell you about what this book haul means. And I also promised y'all a giveaway. So stay tuned till the end of the video. I will do giveaway stuff at the very end. But we're buying books. Okay, I gotta find the calm, I'm actually really also excited to read this book as part of like my personal journey and trying to continue to be forward facing about my readings around anti-racism. So I have out from the library right now, How to Be Anti-Racist, or How to Be an Anti-Racist. I forgot a little word in there. And that is by Ibram Kendi. And I'm gonna get to it because that'll probably have to be the first thing I read in August because of the library expiration date, and it's a book that is in very high demand, so I want to be able to learn from it and pass it on, but that is gonna be my nonfiction pick for August. So excited. I just can't stop smiling. Okay, so we're just gonna kick right back into it and start from square one on start so that we can continue the LitLand journey. But what getting the book haul means is that I will be able to buy books from this video until I make the September LitLand video. And I can buy books at whatever rate I choose within that month, but this is my free month to do with as I will. I can probably tell you that I'm gonna go a little ham, and because I've never tried to deny myself books before, so this has been a really interesting experience. It's been an awesome experience, and I've super loved the results of getting into either my library books or the books that I actually own. So I imagine this first one is going to be a bit of a book buying binge. But I think that honestly, as I keep going, once this becomes my norm, it won't be as like intense when I do get to a book haul, because it really has made me more thoughtful about how I want to read books. Do I want to borrow them from a library? Do I need to buy them? So it's been overall like a really good process here at LitLand, and I'm very excited to continue. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna continue into the rest of this video and then into September. So just so you know all of that. Yes! Wilbur, I'm putting you back on start. Okay, so I still have 3 more pulls to go. 1 yellow. 1 yellow. Okay, so yellow is young adult. I have a lot of young adult back here because of all of my Owl Crate books. So let me see what I can grab for 1 young adult. Whew. Okay, so this is another book that I've mentioned a couple times in like vlogs or other videos that I'm very excited for, and I'm going to force myself to actually not just say I'm excited, but to read the dang thing. And that is Mad, Bad, and Dangerous to Know by Samir Ahmed. So this is a kind of multiple POV, like cross timelines story about a young girl who's with her family in Paris. I believe her name is Cam. I'm not 100% sure that I am pronouncing her name correctly, so apologies if I am mucking that up. She's in Paris with her family, and she's really struggling with her identity because she has kind of a biracial, multicultural identity and doesn't really know where she fits in personally, and she's kind of on the precipice of a lot of big decisions. Simultaneously, you get the story of a young woman named Layla who is in a kind of what I assume to be a loveless marriage based on the description with a Pasha. And she's trying to like find her way in part of a larger harem, and it was just like the culture of her time. And she ends up engaging in dialogue with people like Lord Byron, and hence the Mad, Bad, and Dangerous to Know title. And then presumably their stories intertwine in some way. So I am really excited by this. This is another cover that just like sucked me in. I really like the illustrated cover and the use of negative space. If I'm understanding the summary correctly, part of how their timelines intertwine is through letters, and I really love epistolary novels. So very excited to be able to add this to my August TBR. Okay, I'm just like, can you tell that I'm in just such a better headspace now that I'm free to buy books? I'm ridiculous. Oh my god, I'm trying just not to scream in joy right now. Okay, oh, another yellow. another yellow. All right, one yellow. So again, young adult, which is actually kind of nice because I did just say that I have a lot of young adult to read back here. So, okay, we're gonna pull Where Dreams Descend by Janella Angelis. And this is the Owl Crate exclusive naked hardcover edition with its pretty foil. And I have heard a lot of good things about this already from people in the BookTube and, you know, like Bookstagram world. But it is basically a Phantom of the Opera meets Moulin Rouge aesthetic, where our main character is competing in I think a tournament of magicians, and she is a fire wielder. So I've also heard that there is a love triangle in this baby. So, you know, I love myself some geometry. Emotional geometry is the best. So really looking forward to read this. This will be my second young adult pick for August. I'm gonna try not to mess this cover up. And then our final pull is a green. Kind of see that, there we go. Okay, so this is where we're gonna end up at the start of September. Okay, and then our last pull for August is gonna be one green, and green is historical. So love to see this come up as well. To the shelf. Oh, okay, so this is actually gonna be a really good fit, I think. I'm gonna be choosing The Hangman's Daughter by Oliver Potch. I tried to Google how to say that properly. I think I'm still not quite getting the full thing, but that's my current attempt. And this is actually on my These Books Will Self-Destruct in 12 Months video that I did several months ago, and I haven't, I think like in the last month or two, I haven't had any from that list, so I kind of need to get on that. And this is a historical setting book. It takes place in 1659, and it follows a young woman named Magdalena. She's the headstrong Bavarian daughter is how they describe her, of the local hangsman, and it is around the time of witchcraft mania is how the book describes it. When a young man is pulled out of the river bearing what is said to be the witch's mark, the trials kind of kick into high gear, and it is Magdalena gets sucked into trying to discover what's going on. So her father is charged with torturing a young woman until she confesses to the crime of witchcraft, but he ends up trying to save her and figure out what's really going on. So I believe this is part of a series too, if I'm not mistaken. But I am excited to read this. I do love books about witchcraft and particularly historical perspectives on it. So I think this is going to be a great last addition to the August TBR. So for the month of August, I will be reading 6 books. So these 5 physical ones that I have here, and then I have the ebook copy of How to Be an Anti-Racist. And that will be my TBR for August. We'll see how all that comes down, and hopefully I can get through these. But more importantly, I get to host a giveaway. This is something I've wanted to do as my channel has grown, and I just knew that I was going to be super weak, and if I tried to host a giveaway and buy a book for somebody else, well, I couldn't buy a book, I would cave. So that's why we are tying giveaways to book hauls in LitLand. So this giveaway is going to be hosted here on YouTube. This giveaway will start when this video goes live, so it should be August 1st, and then I will let it run for a week in terms of you all being allowed to do entries, and so it will close on August 8th. And what you'll be winning from me is one book from Book Depository so that I can open this more internationally. And it will be up to, the book can cost up to $25 USD. So think about that accordingly, and just one book within that price range. And so the rules for the giveaway are that you must be a subscriber, and you must make it so that I can see that you're a subscriber, because I'm going to randomly select the winner. And I want to, if you have your subscription hidden, then I can't validate whether or not you're a subscriber. to let me know that you're interested in the giveaway, please comment down below, and I'm going to ask you to do a couple of different things, but I really want to make it clear that multiple comments does not mean multiple entries. So one comment, that's all you need to do. Don't worry about a thing. And that comment, I would really appreciate if you would give me any suggestions for what the cards that I make that are like challenge squares, like if you have any challenges that you think would be really cool to see, or if you have any suggestions for the stuck squares, which we didn't see at all during this 4-month span of LitLand, but if you have any suggestions for either of those. And I tend to think of the challenge squares as being more positive, like, oh, this is a fun challenge, and the stuck squares are things that like I really struggle with. So that's how I've broken those two apart. And so any recommendations for either of those would be very much appreciated, and that is the comment that I would like to see in order for you to be viable for the giveaway. Also, please make sure to list either your Twitter handle or your Instagram handle, because that is how I will be contacting the winner. And I will, if you do not reach out within 24 hours after I've contacted you, I will select another winner. So those are like the basic rules for the giveaway. That is the prize. Thank you all so much for being here and for loving this process as much as I do. And as an aside, I'm going to be listing in all of my videos for August my Amazon wish list. So you are by no means required to do this, but if you would like to help support this channel in some small way, perhaps buying me a book, if you have the funds, again, no pressure. This is literally like no stakes here. You will not win the giveaway or anything crazy like that just by buying me a book. But it is just something that I see a lot of other people do, and only want to leave that open when I can buy books, because otherwise the temptation, again, is just too much for my head and my heart. So yeah, I will be able to buy books for the entire month of August, and that is very exciting to me. I have been saving up for these past 4 months so that I can go a little crazy, and I have made list after list of what I would like to do with my book buying power. But if you have any suggestions for that, it won't be an extra giveaway entry by any means, but I would, maybe like to hear your thoughts about what you think I should grab too. So yeah, just talk to me in the comments. That's all that really means. And thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope you're having a fantastic reading day. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more of me or this channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.